In this video, we're going to talk about smoothies and how to incorporate leafy greens into them. I'm going to make two different smoothies, one in a high-speed blender and one in a regular blender. If you don't have a high-speed blender and you thought you couldn't make green smoothies, I'll show you the secret to using the blender you already have to make great tasting smoothies. So our first recipe is called the Green Elephant. This is a kid-friendly smoothie and a great way to introduce greens and smoothies to kids. So the ingredients in this smoothie are a frozen banana. I always break my bananas in half before freezing them so that they're easier to put in the blender. We have some baby spinach, which is our green. We have some almond butter. You could substitute another nut butter if you wanted. Or even peanut butter if your kids prefer that. And we have some cocoa powder. Cocoa, besides making the smoothie taste good, also is rich in antioxidants and magnesium, as well as iron and calcium. So it makes it healthier too. And then we have some almond milk. You could use any type of plant-based milk or cow's milk if you prefer. And then I have some ice on the side, which is optional. Sometimes kids prefer smoothies if they're super cold and more like a milkshake. So I have that optional. We can always taste it and add the ice at the end if we want to. So now we're ready to make our smoothie. We're gonna add the frozen ingredients to the pitcher of the blender first. So we're gonna throw in our bananas. And then we're gonna add our almond butter. If your child really loves peanut butter, you could put peanut butter in this too. And then we will put in our cocoa powder. Use 2 teaspoons. And then last we'll put in our greens. Now we're ready to add the liquid. And blend. Just put on the lid. You always want to start at the lowest setting and then work it up. Now you may find that you might want to use your spatula to push down the sides a little bit if any leaves are stuck on the side. And at this point too, you can also give it a little taste. And decide if you want to add a little ice. I'm going to add a little ice to this one. And then just blend again. And that's it. This recipe makes 2 cups, which are about 2 servings for children, or 1 big serving for an adult. I'll share this one with someone. And that's it. A green elephant. Now you could substitute different greens in this smoothie. You could substitute different types of nut butter. And if you wanted it a little sweeter, you could increase the banana. Whatever it takes to get someone started in liking green smoothies. And that's it. For our second smoothie, we're gonna make a smoothie with kale. I call it a tropic kale smoothie because it has kale and tropical flavors. We have coconut water, frozen mango, frozen banana, and then for our healthy fat, we have some flax seeds. Remember, we always want to eat our greens with a healthy fat so that our body can absorb the fat-soluble vitamins in the greens and really get the most nutrition out of them. For this smoothie, I'm going to be using an older blender that does not have the high speed of a Vitamix or a Blendtec. I'm going to show you a few tweaks to putting this smoothie together that will enable you to make nice smoothies without having one of those blenders. So the first thing you want to do if you're using a more conventional blender to make your smoothie is you want to add the greens and the liquid first by themselves. Get those as smooth as you can before adding the other ingredients. So we're going to do that right now. First I'll put in my kale, push it down there, and then I'll pour in my coconut water. And then we're going to blend that up. When that looks like it's been pretty well blended, you can stop it. Kind of look in there. I don't see any leaves left. It's pretty smooth, even color. And now we'll add the rest of our ingredients. We're gonna add frozen mango and frozen banana. These make it tropical. And then because we're not using a high-speed blender, we are going to grind up our flax seeds before putting them in. This is just an inexpensive coffee grinder I use to grind the flax seeds. So we'll just, when you have your nice flax meal there, then you can add it to the smoothie. You can buy the flax meal already ground up, but I like to keep the whole flax seeds on hand. So now we will put the top back on the blender and blend it up again. You may need to let this type of blender run a little longer than if you're using a high-speed blender. But once you can see that there aren't any chunks left in there, you are done. And you can pour some out and enjoy it. And you'll see there's no big pieces of leaves yet, nothing, no chunks in there. It's beautiful and smooth green smoothie with a regular blender. I'm gonna give it a try. And it's delicious. So that's how you make a smoothie in a regular blender.